Good morning, students. Welcome to the online classes of Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School. Today we are going to start the section 4 of Unit 2 for your class 8 English reader book. The name of the section is Coromandel Fissures and the name of the unit is Communication. In this unit we read about in section 1 the language barriers. The name of the section was Apologize. The second one was My Other Mother. That was your love and affection with your mother. The third section was Abraham Lincoln. That was the letter from Abraham Lincoln to a teacher for his son going to the school for the first time. Now we will be reading out a poem written by Sarojini Naidu. That is, she is reaching out, she is communicating with the Indians during the British time, and she is communicating via her poem for the fishers. So let us start the poem, and before starting this, let me tell you, Sarojini Naidu was the first ever women president of Indian National Congress. She was also the first female governor of UP government after independence. UP government, that is Uttar Pradesh government. So let us start the poem now. Section 4, Coromandel Fissures. Rise, brother, rise. The awakening skies pray to the morning light. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. No longer delay, let us hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. The sea is our mother, the cloud is our brother, the waves are our comrades all. What tough we toss at the fall of the sun, where the hand of the sea god lies. He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast our lives. Now, sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove, and sweet are the sands at the full of the moon with the sound of the voices below. But sweeter, my brothers, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild forms gleam. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the birch where the low sky meets with the sea. This is the poem. Now let me explain you the poem stanza wise. The first stanza itself says, in the stanza 1, the poet asks the fisherman to rise as the day is about to appear. Fishermen to rise, that is, wake up as the day is about to appear. Day is about to appear after the night. She uses some symbols to tell this. First, she says that the wakening skies pray to the morning light, which means that the sky which was sleeping in the night has woken up and is welcoming the light, welcoming the sun, the rays from the sun. In the morning, sun comes, and in the night, it is the moon. Now, next, she says, the wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. Meaning that the sea wind that leads to the storm is now calm as the tides rise in the night because of moon's gravitational pull that you must have read in your science book. Not maybe your geography book too. Now, as the tides rise in the night because of moon's gravitational pull, because of the morning which is about to come. Now it says that sea wind that leads to storm is calm, that is quiet. Now there are no more tides because the morning has arrived. It is just about to come, or you can say it has just arrived. So wake up, and thus the wind is just like the child which kept crying throughout the night, and now he is quiet. That is, when you see small kids, small baby, they cry all over the night, and in the morning or the noon, they are very calm. In the third line, the poet asks the fishermen to gather nets from the shore and set catamarans. What are the catamarans? They are the type of boats used by the fishers. A kind of boat used by fishermen. Free in order to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. According to the poet, the fishermen should collect their nets from the seashores and take their boats because the tide is full of wealth. And what is the wealth here? Fishes, seagulls, etc. Okay, for fishermen, that is the wealth. And they are the kings. They just need to go to the sea to capture the wealth that is there. Hence, they should hurry. Now, she is asking the fishermen to hurry up. This is the first stanza. After this, I'll be telling you what she actually want to say through this poem. Stanza 2. In stanza 2, the poet asks the fisherman to do everything fast. The gull's call is a symbol used to depict that morning is near. The poet calls sea as their mother, cloud as brother, and sea waves as their comrades, that is companions. Okay. Sea is considered the mother because it feeds them and helps them to sustain their life by providing them the wealth. The wealth that is fishes, seagulls, crabs, etc. Similarly, clouds are their brothers because they guide the fishermen, while the waves are companions because they keep moving with them. Yes, the poet thus wants to say that they all are family and help each. Okay, sea helps the fishermen, waves help the fishermen. Okay, so they act like a family. Just like when you need something, you ask your mother, your father, your brother, or your sister. Okay, because you are family, you get help from them. Now, she urges others not to fear because even if they could not return back by the sunset, the sea god, which according to her holds the sea storm by the hair, will save them. Here, it means if they are unable to come back, that means if they die, there is nothing to worry about because the sea god will keep them, will hide them, will keep them in its breast. That is, it will keep them with sea only. Okay, they will die, but within the sea only. Now the stanza 3, the final stanza. The poet says that the shade of the coconut glade, the scent of mango grew, and the scents at the full of the moon with the sound of the voices they love are sweet and enjoyable. But these joys are temporary. Rather, they should go for the kiss of the spray, the water drops falling on the face while in the sea, and the dance of the wild foam's glee, the foam which forms by the up and down movement of the tides, which according to the poet are sweeter and but struggling. Now in the final stanza she says, yes, we get to know the coconut glade, we get to know the scent of mango grove, that is mango plants, and the sand at the full o moon. Full o moon is full moon, complete moon. The sand on the beach with the sound of voices and the voice of the nature going around. I know that this is very beautiful and you may like this a lot, but much sweeter is the spray, that is water droplets that the fishermen get while they are out for the fishing. When they are on their boat and go for the fishing, they feel the spray of the water, the sea water. That is the most amusing thing for them. That is the sweetest thing. Okay. And what is wild foam? Foam's glee. Here, foam is. If some of you have went to the beach, you must have seen that there are some foam. Even in the water park also, sometimes when it is a swimming pool and the water is flowing on, there is some foam up due to the up and down movement of the water. In the last line, she asks the fisherman to depart to the point in the sea where the sun meets the sky, that is horizon. Symbolically, it refers to infinity or a place without end. In this perspective, she asks the fisherman to dive into the infinite sea. Now, in the last line, she asks the fisherman to dive into the sea and don't think about where they are going. Dive into the infinite sea and go as far as you can. Now, it is the poem actually written for the warriors of independence for India, but she is asking the fishermen. Indirectly, she is telling these things to the freedom fighters of our India. Before independence, she wrote those poems for the freedom fighters. And from here, she wants to tell that the struggle we have to start as soon as possible, and small struggles won't be fruitful, and we must not be happy with our small achievements. The final achievement, that is the independent India, will be the sweetest gift one could ever think of. So this is the poem written for the freedom fighters, the warriors of the for the independence of our India. Now we'll move on to the question answers of this chapter. And before going for the question answers, let me tell you one more thing. Sarojini Naidu was also called the Nightingale of India. Okay, students. Now let's move on to the questions. First one. Who is the poetess addressing in the poem? The poetess is addressing the fishermen. According to the poem wordings, it is fishermen, but in actual, she is addressing the freedom fighters, the countrymen of India before independence, that is before 15 August 1947. Now, what is the wind being compared to and why? The wind is being compared to the child as throughout the night it was waving, crying like a child, but now it is calm. Here, waving is used for wind and crying is used for the child. So the wind is compared to the child that throughout the night the wind was waving like the child cries, but now the wind is calm, just the child is calm in the morning. Now, what are wild foams? I told you, foams that are formed by the up and down movement of water in the sea. Do the fishers like storm? Which line in the poem tells us about their like or dislike? No, the fishermen don't like the storm. Lines that indicate their dislike for storm are: he who holds the storm by the hair will hide us in his breast alive. These lines tells us that the fishermen won't like storm because storms may take their lives from them. Okay, they won't be able to come back soon. Now, fifth question A part. What are the sweet things from stanza 3? I told you the sweet things are the mango grove scent, coconut glade, and the full moon are the sweet things here. What is sweeter than these sweet things? The water drops falling on the face while traveling in the sea are the sweeter things. Okay. Now we got the sixth question. We have to circle the word. The word here is horizon. What we have to circle? When the sun meets the or you can say, yes, the sun meets the land. That point, that part, what it is known as the horizon. Now the seventh one is we have to find out in the India's map where the Coromandel coast is. Okay. In actual, the Coromandel coast is in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, South Indian state, capital Chennai. Chennai was used to be known as Madras, or you can say Madras. Okay. Let's move on to the other one now. This poem explores an aspect of communication. Actually, yes, she is showing the communication through fishermen. She wants to show she wants to say, she wants to speak her words for the countrymen, the freedom fighter of the country. Elaborate this with reference to clarion call. In this poem, the poetess asks for a strong action that is needed to be taken to succeed in life. That is needed to take for success in life. The poetess uses fishermen to refer the countrymen during the British rule. Now, relationship between sea cloud and fishermen. Obviously, we have read that sea is considered as the mother because it feeds them and helps them to sustain their life. Similarly, clouds are their brothers because they guide the fishermen. The poet thus wants to say that they all are family and help each other. Now, the last part, the last question of this poem, use of the word comrades. Here the word comrades is used with respect to waves as they help the fishermen to go through into the sea. We must have read in the maths also that when the waves are with us, we move with greater speed, and when we have to move against the waves, we have to put some more powers. Okay, so waves are their companions, their comrades that help the fishermen to go through into the sea. Okay, students, so that's it from the chapter. We'll continue the other chapter in the next class. Till then, take care. See you soon.